But what I want to talk about a little bit is actually what happened over the holiday weekend. So the calls for service, we had over 600 calls for service spanning from 10 p.m. July 4th through 6 a.m. on July 5th. So in an 8-hour period throughout the city, we had over 600 calls for service. Of those 600 calls, 200 of those were just in the 4th District. So the 4th District, a lot of the incidents that happened over the weekend occurred in that particular district. So just to tell a little bit about what happened in that district overnight and about the response there, they started around 11:30 p.m. Officers responded to the area of 110th to 120th and Miles. There was a large block party that occurred. They had requested a permit for the block party, which was denied by the city, and the area residents decided to go ahead with that party. The officers responded out after there were fireworks that caught fire, there were fights that were happening. They responded out and found a large chaotic scene with a lot of fights that were occurring. There were 2 officers that were injured on the scene, one with a broken hand, another sustained a bite from an individual. The officers were trying to break up that large party, and there was over 500 people that were out there when the officers responded. The supervisor had responded out to that area and to the hospital to check on the officers. And when he was coming up, he did notice that there was a car meetup in the Buckeye Plaza, which he was trying to gather the officers to respond out to address that. So right around the time he was gathering the cars, it was around 3 a.m., shot spotter alert came in for the area of Fullerton, the 6900 block of Fullerton. He had to break off there and go over to Fullerton, where they found 2 individuals that were deceased from gunshot wounds, a male and a female. While they were investigating that, he again tried to break his cars off to respond to Buckeye. As they were doing that, it was around 4 a.m., about an hour later. That's when the shot spotter alert had come over for Buckeye Plaza, and then the officers responded. We had officers not only from the 4th District, but from the 3rd District and 1st District that responded out to assist with this large chaotic event. One of the things I want to talk about, because I know a question will come up about staffing. There's no amount of staffing that can cover 600 calls for service in the night in the city of Cleveland, or 200 just in one police district in an 8-hour period. Our men and women are out there, they're working hard, but you have fireworks going off, you have people shooting, you have large chaotic parties that are being hosted, and when it gets later into the night, alcohol infused, it's really unmanageable at some points.